Awesome, someone's here already. How you going? I gotta watch not if I breathe too much, I can put these candles out. So I've got to be careful. I'm wondering, hopefully people can hear me. I might turn this air conditioner off just because it's too noisy. That's better. So, good evening. It's New Year's. I thought I'd make some art, or at least attempt to do something. I've got a bunch of materials here. I've got some brushes, some ink, some pencils, some charcoal. I've got a pile of paper, large pieces of paper, your ink, got some erasers, bit of everything really. So, how's everyone going? It's Are you sure it's here? Awesome. How you going? Are you sure? Happy New Year to you as well. It's I can't believe how quickly this year has gone. It's already at the end of the year. So it's going to take me a little while. Just I'm still setting up, but it's awesome to see you here. Are you sure? Like I don't really have any idea of what I'm going to be doing, except I'll do some drawing, maybe some like what I did last night, some ink work, some charcoal stuff, and I might do some sacred geometry stuff with the compass and the straight edge. Yeah, but I'm also interested in having a conversation, just chatting. It's always good to sort of look back over the year when you get to the end of the year and you're about to start a new year, and a lot of people say, cast off the old and in preparation for the new. And so I don't know. He sure says likewise. I'm coloring and cooking with a timer. Awesome. Enjoy that. It's cool. You're doing some coloring while I'm doing some coloring as well. And you're multitasking too, are you sure? You're doing three things. You're listening to me, you're cooking, and you're also doing some art. So that's pretty cool. So it's it's been a pretty full-on year. It's been a pretty full-on day even today. I'd launched my Patreon sort of thing a few days ago, and I started it a while back, but I started to I put a link to it on my YouTube. I haven't really told anyone about it yet, but just sort of let people discover it, and they choose to go there if they want. Um, I'm not gonna keep sort of going on about it, but I will from time to time talk about it because it'll help me achieve things. I set it up specifically so I can get this book published. So that'll be a big thing. So it's obviously where you are you sure you've still got the rest of the day to before it gets to New Year's Eve? Like it's like now 1 3/4 hours before the end of the year for me, and at 11:30 I'm going to do a 3-minute silence, so I'll have to keep track of the time, and I'm just going to take it slow. Um, it, even just thinking and talking will be done a little bit slower. I'm not even going to rush in to start doing any drawing. You know, I'll think about maybe what I do for a bit. I've got options here. I've got brushes. I've got ink. Um, I got pens. I got pencils. Um, and I got charcoal. So I've got a few options of what to use. And I'm in a reasonably dark environment, so it's going to affect what I see. And that's sort of maybe the point. Um, so I don't necessarily see as clear as what I could be if I had a well lit room. I mean, I've got quite bright lights. I can make this room very bright and make it easy for me to see, but it's also calming to just have some candlelight and um, slow me down. You know, it's been maybe that's a good way to get towards the end of the year, is to slow down a bit and reflect. I know I have been trying to do too much lately, and that's been causing difficulties. But I don't think I'm going to slow down my pace. I think I'm just going to, well, I will slow it down a little bit. I'm just not going to drastically change how I work. Um, in a lot of ways, I'm needing to increase what I do, day by day, and so that'll be certainly something for the new year. Will be that is to build up a strength and build up a practice of sticking to achieving a certain amount each day. There's been so many disruptions, so it's very understandable that things have been a little bit slow of late. So I've got to be forgiving of myself, and take all that into account, and maybe enjoy a calm slowed down, relaxed atmosphere tonight. Sky's here as well. Awesome. Sky bright. Oh, sorry. Star bright. I've got the screen so far away. I don't know why. There's Sky as well. You know, Sky's an Aussie, and so I got you two mixed up. So yeah, Starbright's here. Awesome. Good morning. Starbright says, "Happy New Year" with the heart. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. You know. So, like I was just saying, I've got options of what to do. I don't necessarily know what to start with. Maybe just chat for a bit. Are you sure? Says morning Starbright. So it's nice. Everyone's saying hello to each other. So I guess I could look at. So this book's got sapphire. Paper. It's got like a shiny surface which takes on ink. Well, doesn't take on like ink from a pen. So if I do start with this book, I might start with a pen. But you know, I'm not even sure I'm ready to start drawing yet. I'm happy to just sit here for a bit and ponder. You know what the year has been. There's been certainly some major developments and major achievements. You know, for me, both in healing and just generally in life. And that's at a time where I've faced like I faced adversity this year. So Starbright says, "I'm having coffee, saying meaningful affirmative statements. I want to do some great things this year. Great things, big and small. They all count." That's beautiful. See, I am a firm believer in positive affirmations as things that can have a beneficial effect. And with that, you know, you back it up with action. You know, so you say those things and then you aim for it. You really try and achieve it, and you're in the right frame to make things happen when you know you already have a positive attitude. I have a difficulty with you know, being self-defeatist, so I will say, you know, negative things to myself. I will, you know. Starbright says, "Morning, are you sure?" So This is a style of drawing I used to do. You can't really see it. So it is too dark, but I can see it. It's enough light for me. It's sort of like flames. And it's all about a single movement. You see that? So each drawing actually only takes 10 seconds to do. I thought about creating a font using this. See? And another thing about these drawings is, you know, they can be, you can change the orientation, so it can be turned around, upside down, left, right, and it's whichever way it looks appropriate. There's something organic about it, or living. So I just keep doing these. Are you sure says yesterday I cried and the self-talk was negative and it felt so real. I'm sorry to hear that, but you know, I guess crying can be healing, you know. And I've had a combination of waking up crying in the last couple of weeks, and I had a 24-hour period where I was weeping in the last few days. So I've been in a similar position, and it's actually painful when you want to cry and you can't. When you really want to cry and the tears just, they can't. It's such a, like when you let those tears out, it can be such a release, and it is so painful when you're on the verge of crying, but you can't actually let them out, and it's, you know, or you're weeping, like, you know, occasionally a tear will just appear, but you never get to the point where you're sobbing, you know. That's what it was like for me the last 24 hours. So Hope you're feeling better today. Are you sure? Starbright says, I try to catch my thoughts as the negative comes, like watching the ocean waves. It comes, I try to watch it go. It's to recognize it and then catch it, then release it. Hard to do many times. Awareness, absolutely. That is a practice. That's like a mindfulness practice that I do as well, and like fully feeling and open awareness and feeling difficult emotions or feeling difficult thoughts, and it is very powerful when you actually can harness it. And I love the way you visualize that. You know, it's capturing it, and that's the essence of open awareness is to um, contain the thought and to hold it there and don't give it any more attention except to accept it and to feel it and acknowledge it. So it's in awareness, and then eventually the feeling or the pain will fade away. Like waves in the ocean. Perfect analogy. So it is really good to practice that. And I'm getting better at doing that myself. It does take practice. But I really love that description, Starbright. Starbright continues, a starting point you just said with art, the fluid line, yes, that's it. And that's sort of what I do with this style of things. What I'm doing here is you start and you go all the way around until you get to the end and finish. And the drawing's almost complete. Then I might add a few other bits, but it's essentially complete. And it requires being smooth and relaxing, being confident in your movement. So Starbright continues, yeah, I cried too. It's a good release. I built it up and just cry after such build up. Aisha says, I catch it. I choose to grieve. I sobbed. Yeah, that's good. Like that's being in acknowledgement of it. That's it's very powerful. You know, not to run away from the emotion. To allow it to be and to let it express itself, because it does build up, and sometimes if you go through that process of distraction, you don't give yourself a chance to express the feeling, and then so it lingers. So allowing it to build up and then have that release is very therapeutic. So Like these sort of shapes I'm drawing here, they're sort of like flames. But you can sort of see what I mean when I say they could be like like letters. There's not enough light to properly show you with these, but I'm feeling relaxed just having this low light in the room. So, you know, I can see what I'm doing. So often what I do is I'll have, one or two forms. You can see there. And then I'll have the circles. So it's sometimes there's more than two. Sometimes there's just one. And sometimes there's many. So maybe I should, yeah, get a better light, but I can see what I'm doing, so that's the main thing. Unfortunately, it's not bright enough. You can see there, if I get it close to the screen, you can see the light from the screens illuminating it. See the shapes? So they're they got like a tribal sort of thing going on. Very much like flames. Sometimes they look like dancing women. you can sort of see. So it's a circle and a circle. So this is like I have almost made like an alphabet with it. So I could do my own font. How many seekers here? Awesome. How many seekers says good evening? I won't stop long, but I thought I'd pop in. Well, thanks for popping in. Yeah, I did remember you saying you were going to have a quiet New Year's Eve Harmony Seeker, so I appreciate that you did decide to pop in and say hello. So, Are You Sure says hi Harmony. Starbright says Happy New Year's Harmony Seeker. Harmony Seeker says validation is vital and grieving is awful, but it seems to help afterward. A very, very powerful thing you just said. You know, I totally agree. You know, without validation, you never can really sort of process or move on. And yeah, grieving is it's a precious gift, really, to be able to grieve. You know, to me, there's nothing worse than having it denied and just been stuck in a limbo state. You know, and I've been in that state for long periods, and it's not nice. I've also been in a grieving state for long periods. I think it was 2010 into 2010 to 2011. There was a period there where I was constantly crying. Like I'd be crying constantly, and I had some very serious reasons for that, and I mean, I even had like I'd be sitting at the train station and just sitting there on the bench, and the security would come up to me, and this happened to me a couple of times, and they came to me and said that you're right. You know, they were worried about me, and I had to reassure them that no, everything's fine. I just can't stop crying right now, and it's been like this for months, and that there's nothing to worry about. So I appreciate their care when they did that. So yeah, that happened to me twice at Central Station in the train station, and that's one of the reasons why I can't I can't take public transport anymore, because I'd gone through that period of time in my life where I was literally crying constantly for almost 12 months. It was constant, and when I was working, it would be I would stop crying just before I go into it, like I was driving. So I would stop crying just in time to go inside to the client, to the office, and to where I was going. And then as soon as I'd leave, the tears would start again, and it was just horrible. And it went on for almost a year. And yeah, I had several reasons that were causing it, and then after that period of time, I couldn't cry for many years. It created this opposite effect after that. Excuse me. So that's one of the main reasons why I can't take public transport anymore, is because of I spent so much time sitting on the train or on the bus just crying. So it reminds me of that. So I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to be reminded of it. I'm reminding myself of it now, obviously talking about it, but that period of my life has passed. But yeah, it was literally like a running tap, and I was able to switch it off whenever when I had to go see clients, and then it would start up again. So Starbright says, Happy New Year's, Harmony Seeker. Harmony Seeker, yeah, no, actually I read that one. Starbright says, agree. Harmony Seeker says, I have mixed feelings about the new year. Excited for the year, but grieving losses too. Yeah, I hear. I too share that. I do. I am excited for the new year, and I know that there's going to be a lot of pain, but there's also going to be a lot of it's very meditative doing these drawings. See the shapes, and I often have one circle or two circles, and see what I mean. How you can look at it on different angles. You know, it's up. So I can just sit here and fill a whole book just doing these, because each drawing only takes 20 seconds. And I used to do these as stencils. So like, I would do the drawing and then I'd cut it out, and then I'd spray paint the stencil shape. I should have shown you that one. I should show you each one I do. So yeah, Harmony Seeker, you've got new beginnings this year. And so I can understand there's trepidation. You know, there is an unknown element of what it's going to be like. I too have a similar thing. Like, I'm starting something new this year. I'm starting this business, and so doing these drawings are great warm up, because if you look at it, what I do, each line, like, there's no overlap of anything, so it's like, yeah, you have to make it work. You can't make any mistake. Like that. So when you get to the end, where the start meets the beginning, sorry, where the beginning meets the end, it's got to be perfect. See? So you can imagine if I got a scalpel and or an X-Acto knife or a knife, and I cut that out, it could be a stencil, and the stencil comes from a shape that's been free-formed. And then, some are more jagged. See, that's a little bit more jagged. And you can see how they can be letters, I did almost make a whole alphabet with it. And there's something organic about it. There's a formula. See how there's the two circles, and it's sort of like the yin. It's sort of like yin yang, yin yang. There's a element about it where it's almost like a zygote, or a fetus, something in development. Starbright says agree. Yeah, totally. Harmony Seeker says that sounds tough. Yeah, I think that was maybe when I was talking about when I was going through tough times. This one's got a very flame-like element. So it's all just warming up. And there is sort of a formula with some of it. Like some of them to me look like they're baby sharks. Just their shape. You see sort of like a, I don't know, baby shark. A Shaw says that's pretty neat. Awesome, thank you. Harmony Seeker says, yes, that is part of it. My plans have changed again. Oh, really? Because you had a really great idea of what to do. Harmony Seeker says, I've dropped out of the counseling because I really want to deepen my knowledge about neuroscience and mental health and do a research degree. Well, see, look, that's actually, you've had second thoughts and that's good that you've made that decision, like you didn't start, like you could have started that course and then you would have been stuck in it. And you already have that basis knowledge of neuroscience, so maybe continuing it is a good thing. And you could get into the research, neuroscience of healing trauma would be a really powerful so some of these, like it's all that some are better than others, but what you end up with is a whole book, and out of that whole book there might be some really good ones, and then that's what I would make stencils from. Because there's shapes that there's a freedom in it. This one's very flame-like. You'll see what I mean. Starbright says that sounds really interesting, Harmony Seeker. Research is needed. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea that you have had second thoughts, and you've realized what you really want to do is the research. You could either help people as a counselor, or you could help people by doing the research, and then it's still helping people and contributing. So the main thing is that you're following your dreams and you've acknowledged that it's important to make the right decision. You'll see what I mean here, like with the style, like so there's the two circles, circle at the top and the circle at the bottom, and then you have the two shapes. So they're like that one. This one's interesting. This one didn't turn out as good as the last one, but you can still see, you can sort of see people do tattoos, sort of like this sort of style. It is sort of tribal. I'm channeling, shapes. I've got a sort of formula. This one's got 3 circles. So, if you scan these into a computer and then turn them into vectors, they would make really clean vectors because they've just got curves. They're just curves. And MJG's here. Awesome. Awesome to see you here, MJG. Yes, Harmony Seeker says, yes, that's what I want to do. Research, definitely. It sounds like, you said that a few times that you wanted to do the research. Then you thought, no, you want to be, helping people hands-on, like in the community, but then, you really wanted to do the research. So I think it's good that you've gone back to that. So MJG says, hi, Luke, with the heart. Star with the heart. RU with the heart. Harmony with the heart. Starbright says, hello, MJG, with that waving the hands. Yeah, MJG says, nice to see you all. We're all getting to share New Year's Eve together. This is Harmony Seeker and I are in Australia, so it's about to be New Year's Eve for us. We get it before you. So Harmony Seeker, it's 11:11 right now. And so I'm going to do a 3-minute silence at 11:30. And that's to coincide to like a festival I used to go to. They do a 3-minute silence at 11:30 where you reflect on the year. And so if everyone here in the chat, I'll let you know when it gets to 11:30. If we can spend if we can spend 3 minutes of silence, that would be good. It's saying that there's no one in the stream. It's like everyone dropped out. I know someone's come back. So let me know if people have dropped out. Saying there's one person here. MJG says, MJG says family. That's beautiful. Are you sure? Says MJG, happy new year. MJG says, thanks, are you? It's already new year for you, are you? Yeah, that's it. Like, so actually it is for I think for Harmony Seeker, it's just become New Year's. Now it's saying that there's only one person in the stream, so people let me know if you're in the stream and it's just not showing. So I mean, it's showing I've got full connection with my internet. MJG's still here. Yep. Are you sure still here? Awesome. So everyone's still here. So excuse me. MJG says, thanks, are you? It's already new year for you, are you? So, well, MJG says, I must want almost 10 for new year. Exactly. It'd be good if like more people join and we could have like a party atmosphere. But it's I'm enjoying this sort of relaxed, quiet, somber atmosphere. Are you sure? Says Harmony, research is needed. The mental hospital I go to is Research Institute. That's cool. Yeah, research is definitely needed. So, and Starbright's still here. Morning for me. I'm in Canada. Yeah, that's it. And so, like, you've still got the whole day before it's New Year's Eve. And MJG says, I must wait. I mean, Starbright's got the heart. Yep. Are you sure? Says, not yet, MJG. Keeping a wave going. So it's good. I was worried everyone dropped out for a minute then. Thing I like about these drawings is like they take 30 seconds to do, you know, so you just keep going and then they don't all work out. But it's good practice and warm up. You get a steady hand. MJG's got the thumbs up. Starbright says, Aisha says, Starbright Canada, me too, eh? Yeah, that's it. You're both in Canada. Yep. Awesome. Chatting is going live here, Luke. That's good to know. Yeah, MJG says nice. Starbright says no worries, Luke. That's good to know because I was worried. It just showed 0 people in the stream for a second, and I was like worried that there was a problem. When I do have to remember when it gets to 11:30. So when it gets to 11:30, it's in like 11 minutes. I'll ask everyone to just sit in silence for 3 minutes if you can, and just think about the year. And so again, this is what I like about these drawings. You know, you can have it that way, you can have it that way, have it that way. Okay. You sort of see which way. Yeah, you can have it that way as well. To me, they're sort of almost like spirits spirit forms. And it combines elements. This one's got a really nice shape to it. So yeah, see, and it's got the circle at the top and then the circle at the bottom. So it's sort of like energy, water, flame. See what I mean? How they could be an alphabet? Like that could be an L or a Z or an S or an N or a Y. You know, there's so many letters it could be. So I appreciate everyone being here with me tonight. This is like a really nice way to spend what would be a very lonely New Year's. But it's not, because I'm sharing it with friends. This has got a few circles in it, this one. Circles on the top, circles on the bottom, circles in the middle. See also what I mean by it's sort of shark-like. It reminds me of a baby shark. It's also lots of different things. Lots of different things. But, you know, there's a formula. To how I sort of And each one's got its own sort of style. The ones that sort of start off where I'm not so happy with all the shapes, I just add a little bit more decoration and add a few more bits, and it can fix it. So I just added a few more circles, and suddenly this one that I wasn't so happy with turned out a little bit better. You'll see what I mean. See how it's a bit more busy. So some are more minimalist and some are more, I'll do a real minimalist one. Some are more flame-like. Some are more water-like. So I'm getting through the book. I'll just keep going until the book's finished. 3-minute countdown. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, it's 11:29. So I will stop. I'll quickly do one last. So we'll have 3 minutes silence starting in a few seconds. That was beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for sharing that with me. We all shared that together. And it's, we, you know, we have such busy lives, and we're busy talking. So that was nice. Aisha says, yeah, 3-minute countdown. MJG's got the heart. That was beautiful, wasn't it? Gave us time to reflect and think about the year, everything that's gone on. I'm still going with these drawings. I'll keep going until the book's finished. So I am going to stream again in the morning, which will be New Year's again for people in Europe, I think. One day I'll actually make a full alphabet with these. And then, because when you make full alphabets, you can put them into software programs and use them as fonts. See, that could be like an N. Or K, you know. Getting towards the end of the book here. So yeah, very relaxing doing this. See that? They literally take 10 seconds to do. That's what I love about these drawings. And they're great for stencils. So like if I was to cut that shape out with the stencil, for some reason this piece of paper is getting jagged, so it's created like a, might be at the end of the book. Or the pen might, actually the pen is starting to fail. That's what's happening. I'll show you what I mean. There's sort of more jaggedy lines. It's not as smooth as normal, but still it's smooth, you know. It is, that's why. It was the last page. So now I've got this entire book. Like, I'll try and without it catching fire because I'm holding this above the candles. Yeah, so there's a whole book there now. I like this one. This one's a nice one. They look like spirits, or like, you know, it does look like flames, but it also looks like these things flying, you know, entities or spirits flying in space. So that was fun. I just filled this whole book. So that was really special doing that 3-minute silence. Thanks everyone for doing that with me. We all did it together. Starbright says, "Yeah, are you sure? I just looked to see the term Cassandra syndrome. I've never heard of the term before. I know. I looked it up too. I think it was Are You Sure told me about it a few months ago, and I looked it up, and it was very triggering, actually. And I've certainly experienced it myself. I still experience it. I deal with being infantilized and not listened to, disregarded, treated as if whatever I'm saying is not legitimate, or I don't know what I'm saying, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or that it's or that I'm incapable of understanding. That's a really very painful thing when people treat you like that. So unfortunately, I've experienced that for sure. But it is quite triggering when you look into Cassandra syndrome and how prevalent it really is and how people experience it. Are You Sure says Jody Carlton explains it wonderfully. I normally have my book where I write down stuff. I don't have it with me today. I do. Jody Carlton. Cassandra syndrome. I'll look that up. Starbright says it's not to be heard or understood or recognized. PTSD. I see your statement. You're going to advocate this. Good. I'll check on Jody. Totally. MJG says, "Wow, that's a lot, Luke. Thank you. Yeah, like I love that. It's this whole book is full. You know, I'll try and show you under the light." So you, MJG, you know those stencil pictures that you saw on my Instagram? That's where I've done pictures like this, and then I've cut it out with the knife, and then I've used spray paint. So that's so the original shape is drawn really quickly, and then you spend, you really carefully cut it out with the knife, so you follow the curves and everything, and then I also do these drawings with thicker pens, but it looks really nice with a very thin pen. That one's a good one. There's something very sort of dreamlike about these, primordial. It takes very tribal, sort of takes you back to sort of. They're like abstract, but they're actually shapes that can be sort of like pictographs, Some are very simple like that one. I like that one. And that's it. There's a few more. I can't flip towards the end. Yeah, thanks, MJG. It was good to show you again. Yeah, jellyfish. It does remind me of jellyfish as well. Things swimming in the ocean, Harmony Seeker says, I'm off to bed, folks. Almost falling asleep here. Yeah, we'll see. It's past, you're almost 1 o'clock there in the morning. So it's after midnight. And we got I'll just so thanks for being here, Harmony Seeker. It's been lovely having you here. Aishaw says jellyfish. And Happy New Year to you as well. Aishaw says, Night Harmony. Starbright says, Night Harmony, best upon the new year to you. With the kiss and a hug. MJG says, oh yes, that's super. Starbright says, I've seen them on Instagram as well. Really neat art. Thank you. Awesome. That is awesome. Thanks, Starbright. MJG says, I try to make one tonight. I send it after. Awesome. Yeah, totally. Yeah, like it's a fun thing to practice this, it's like, create like your own sort of shapes and patterns and give it a certain feel about it. Like, I like how it's a little bit like flames, a little bit like jellyfish, a little bit like spirits, or some of them are like dancing. They look like dancing girls or dancing women in a circle. Some of them when they're in a line. Eric's here. How you going, Eric? Good to see you here. Happy New Year, everyone. Starbright says Happy New Year, Eric. MJG says Happy New Year, Eric. That's it. We're like it's 11:53 here now. So Are you sure says Happy New Year, Eric. Awesome. I just got a lovely message from a friend saying she loved the book I just. Oh no. I think she was referring to the book I just drew. So I've got some large sheets of paper here as well. And I've got a compass, and I could do some. These are large sheets. You know, I could do some compass stuff. I've got a ruler. This is my favorite compass. It's a really nice one. It cost me like I think $120. It's not cheap, and but it's gonna last forever. And good compass is accurate. So I might do some compasses, and I might do like Tree of Life and Flower of Life and all that sort of stuff. Some Vesica Pisces. Also, maybe chat for a bit. We're like 5 minutes off New Year's. Yeah, 5 minutes away. So I'm normally up at I'm normally celebrating New Year's, but I can't anymore. So I'm celebrating it with my friends here. I couldn't be more happier celebrating New Year's with all you people right now. You know, this is a really special moment for me. I'm really enjoying this. So I could be showing you as I go. I will do like sacred geometry stuff with the better light. But there's something special about doing this under candlelight. So it does matter having a good compass. That's, so there's a reason why this compass costs $150 because it's made. It's a proper tool. But you can buy a cheap compass made out of plastic. You can make your own compass. So I'm using a thick. This is 300 GSM paper. It's thick. It's card, and it's also I okay. So this is what happens as your pen, as your lead runs out, it accuracy goes. So you have to keep adjusting. So um, that's why you get different. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's right. So if you use a pen, you don't have that same problem of it wearing out that you get with a lead pencil. I'm also using a cutting board underneath. So that means I can pierce through. Oh, I'm seeing the inaccuracy now. That's okay. See? So now I can have some fun with drawing lines between the points with another pencil. We're getting close to midnight, actually. I can hear can anyone hear that? There's fireworks. Fireworks going off in the distance. Oh, I missed. It's like 4 minutes past midnight, so I totally missed it. I was too busy doing sacred geometry, and I missed the countdown. Oh well, I was having fun. So yeah, it's 2025. I was too busy doing this stuff. So what I'm doing now is I'm just having fun randomly lining up. Oops, that was off. Mistakes can also be part of the art form, you know. So there's lots of different things you can do. You can have a single point. So I'm just having fun here. I will go through how to do this and be accurate. You know, with rulers and with the pencil, it's all about pressure. You know, you put your pencil down on the point, and then you bring the ruler to the point, and then you slide it in. You know, and so there's ways you can get accuracy without actually having to like look, you know, get right down and squint your eyes or anything like that. See, I'm standing back from it all. I'm making a bit of a jumbled mess here, but I'm having fun. So part of it is that notice how sometimes I draw that way and sometimes I draw that way. You know, so how you like you get this is where it's this the the compass and the straight edge is how you find the interconnection between the circle and the line, and the magic is that you create, that's how you get these higher dimensional shapes, because you're it's hard to explain. You're connecting from points in space. I'm just doing random stuff here, and this wasn't very accurate because you need to keep calibrating as you go. if you want high accuracy. And it's very satisfying when you do have it accurate. Obviously, because this hasn't been accurate, it's not creating. It's been close to accurate, and I made a few errors. But it's been fun though. I'm having fun. So you know, then you can go back to, now that there's more lines created from the, that's how you basically get high geometries, is this is a bit of a mishmash, but there's some interesting stuff. I'll start coloring some stuff in, and you'll see. So I've been missing the chat. Yeah, Ron says good night, Harmony. Yeah, awesome. MJG's going to have a go making some of these. Eric says Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, Starbright says Happy New Year, Eric. MJG says Happy New Year, Eric. Eddie Shaw says Happy New Year, Eric. Everyone, it's awesome. We're all saying Happy New Year. MJG says it's 3 o'clock tea time here. That's it. You still got, like, when I do a stream in the morning, MJG, it'll be New Year's for you again. Eric says we all have to be stronger next year. We are healing. I totally agree, man. That's awesome. We do. Starbright says yes. Yes, Eric. A healing journey. MJG says yes. We are strong because we go through a lot. Yeah, totally. 2025. It's a big healing year for us all. Starbright says I celebrate in my own ways too. A lot of reflection, and I bring in the new year with hope, clarity, and calmness. I don't do crowds, especially at New Year's. I prefer my solitude and peaceful home time. Well, I appreciate that you've been here with us tonight, Starbright, and you know I'm a bit of both. I used to go to like a festival, and I used to actually often spend New Year's sitting in my tent the whole day, and just everyone else would party, and then other times I would party. So it was interesting, how I'd sort of deal with it. Starbright continues, being off work is wonderful, so I absorb my hours time. Awesome. Starbright's like Happy New Year. Awesome. MJG's like Happy New Year. Yeah, that's it. It's like we're well into it now. It's 12:21 now. Shaw says Happy New Year, everyone. Got to go. I'll be here for the 6-6. Thanks, everyone. I'm feeling much better. Much love, all. Thank you for being here. Shaw, it's been really nice having you here tonight. And like tomorrow morning, I'm doing another stream, which will be when you have your New Year's. So we'll get to share New Year's again when that happens tomorrow morning. I'm going to watch these candles. So I wasn't paying much attention with the compass being accurate. So you really have to keep calibrating it as you go. And so, which means that you take that extra effort and you can be accurate. And so So that's the cool thing with sacred geometry too, is you make your shapes and then you can color them in. And so there's nothing really special going on here with what I'm doing, except I'm discovering particular ratios and things. So I am going to enjoy getting back into doing this and doing streams with this, but like being careful in like accuracy, because when you're accurate, that's when you can really unlock this is this one here too. $20.25, yeah. That's bizarre. 2025. So I got some cool stuff here. See, I got those two. The ellipses, and then not much else there. It's a bit of a mess, but it was fun. I do like those two ellipses. Reminds me of Perfect Circle. You know the Perfect Circle logo? The band? So I might just with I mean there's so many things to like to it, you know. So I'll just as an example where I've gone off the page, but like I'll use that as reference points for because it was reasonably accurate. So I'll start to yeah. I'm just having fun here. So yeah, I will go through and maybe do some lessons on how to get the platonic solids with the compass and the square, you know. So, you know, you can, you know, like you can get from the circle, you get rectangles, squares, pentagrams, hexagrams, or hexagons, hexagrams, octagons, dodecahedrons, you know, isosahedrons, the whole lot. So it's fun. And like, you know, it gives you things to color in too, you know. So Starbright says, yeah, everyone's saying Happy New Year. Yeah, MJG says Happy New Year. It will be better. Absolutely. MJG says, yeah, many New Years here. Thumbs up. MJG says, in a short time, you draw a lot, Luke. Awesome, thank you. It's been fun. I've had fun tonight, you know. So I'll do this more often and I will go through and you know, make stuff. Like this was fun, you know. And then, you know, if I was focused on it too. So, and this card I've got here is really good for doing, because it's got a gloss on this side, so it means that the compass sticks in and doesn't mark through onto the other page. And then it's nice thick card, so it's got like a cello glaze on one side. See how it's shiny? So that means that this card's actually going to be really good for stencils as well. That's really good. So I could use this for stenciling. So I could do I could draw the stuff on this side and then cut it out, and then when I spray paint it, it's not going to shrink because it's already got a plastic coating. So that's really good. I just opened up that paper which I'd had stored since I was working in a printing company from like 2012. I had that sitting in a drawer. So it's always good keeping paper. I've got boxes and boxes of paper that I've stored and kept, and I'm glad I've done that because now I can start using it. Yeah, gloss, totally. It's like a cello gloss. It's like a plastic coating on one side. So Starbright says love it. Yeah, totally. So yeah, you can see it's like squaring the circle. You can see So you can make a perfect square from a compass and a straight lines. So yeah, I'm excited to actually go back through it all, you know. So that's a proper compass, you know. It's like made by a French company that's been making these compasses for hundreds of years, exactly the same, and it's heavy duty. So, and but you don't need one like that. You can get away with basic one. So here's my drink. Here it is. So it's 2025. So I'll probably end the stream soon because I'm going to stream again in the morning. It is 12:41. I've got to go and actually start my shift now. So thanks everyone for spending New Year's with me. And I look forward to. I'll see you all in the morning. I'll be streaming again in like 8 hours time, which will be New Year's for people in Europe, I think. So awesome. Much love to everyone. Thanks again. We'll catch up soon. 2025. It's going to be a good year for all of us. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Healing. It's going to be a healing year for all of us. Right? MJG's got the thumbs up. Totally. With the heart and the kangaroo. That's awesome. MJG says, "Okie dokie, see you next time." Yeah, I'll be streaming in 8 hours time. MJG says, "Bye, Star." Starbright's got the thumbs up. Awesome. So, you know, I hope to see you all again in a couple of hours, and we'll go through New Year's again because it's New Year's keeps happening all around the world for until we're all in 2025. Until the whole planet's in 2025, we're still going through New Year's. So Starbright says, "Bye MJG, see you again." MJG's got the heart. So much love to everyone. I've had a great time tonight. Thanks for being here. And you know, I look forward to seeing you all again soon, like tomorrow morning in 8 hours time. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. Happy New Year.